What's up? I'm going to say this again. I'm going to keep saying it until I can't say it anymore. And that is, how far you go and how much you grow is not just determined by who you are and what you have. It's equally impacted by who you are with. So one of the most important and consequential life skills any of us can develop is interpersonal skills. I call it relational intelligence, because relationship management isn't just relationship management, it's life management. And one of the most important relationships we need to manage is the friendship relationship. And in this video, I'm going to give you a framework for friendship. I believe your greatest joy and your greatest pain in life will often come from the same place. What's that? Relationships. There is no area of your life and my life that is not directly or indirectly impacted by relationships. And so then it's important for us to improve that skill of relationship management. And this is what I want us to wrap our head around. Improvement requires intentionality. Can I say that again? Improvement requires intentionality. That people don't accidentally get better. That improvement and advancement and evolution requires intentionality. People don't accidentally succeed. You know, one of the greatest athletes, I think, in my lifetime is LeBron James. And he didn't accidentally become the athlete that has the longevity that he's had. It required intentionality. And I am telling you, to raise our relational intelligence, it requires intentionality also. This is why I think getting better at defining and aligning our relationships is going to be a key to you being all you've been called to be and doing all that you've been called to do. And one of your most important relationships is friendships. And I'm just telling you right now, the friendships are actually the foundation for almost every relationship. I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but even Jesus called his apprentices friends. He got to a point in their relationship, he says, hey, from this point on, I no longer call you servants, I call you friends. He wasn't saying that I am not in authority over you, but he's saying to them that your service that you render to me, it now should come out of your love for me, not just your submission to me. I'll go so far as to say that friendship is the foundation upon which every healthy relationship rests, especially when you start taking it to the next level. Engagement and marriage, and you got marriage vows, only friends can keep vows. I don't care how pretty she is, how fine he is, they do not look good enough for better or worse. Richer or poorer, sickness and in health, only friends can keep those vows. So friendship is so important, but we live in a culture where that word's just thrown around loosely and flippantly. And I believe, and I talk about this in my book, Relational Intelligence, I believe that the Bible, because God's the inventor of relationship, gives us a framework for friendships. And in one of the videos here, I talk about, if you hadn't seen it, I talk about the first trait we should be looking for to build our framework for friendship around is a trait called unshakable character. I want to give you another one today. And it's not just unshakable character. I'm going to the board. I want you to see this, not just hear this. It's unconditional love. Dharius, where did you get this? I got it from the creator and the inventor of relationships. Proverbs 17:17 says, a friend loves at all times. At all times. And a brother is born for adversity. Now, here's what's important. Most people, not most people, but many people confuse someone's affection for you and fondness of you with their love for you. Those are two different things. So when I say love here, I'm talking about a love that has its roots in this word here, agape. And this is not like eros, which is a lust. This isn't phileo, which is this brotherly love. It's not family love. This is agape. This is a decision. So this isn't a feeling, right? This isn't a feeling. This is this isn't a feeling. This is function. This isn't just affection. This is activity. It's an unconquerable benevolence. This love says, I got a commitment to do what is always in your best interest, regardless of how I feel about you. See, when people do not have this, they got like that. They have a lower level of love. It's that fickle kind of love, right? So they are only good to you as long as they feel good about you. But this is a commitment to say, regardless of how I feel about you, I will always do what I believe to be in your best interest, because I have an unconquerable benevolence. And this is what I've learned. This is what I've seen. I've seen it. I've seen it in so many lives. I've seen it in my own life. What many people confuse people's love for what you bring to them and do for them with their love for you. I'm going to say that again, that many times people can confuse people's love for what you do for them and what you bring to them with their love for you. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's unpack it. Let's unpack it a little bit. So, I'll frame it this way. Some people really don't love you the way you think they do. They love your yes. They love when you're giving them a yes. And so, of course, they've got fond feelings and affection for you because of all of the value that they feel like you're adding to their life. But what about, because remember now, unconditional love, agape, unconquerable benevolence. It is my commitment to always seek the highest good for you, regardless of how I feel. It means that I want what's best for you. You see, when it's not agape, I can have a love for you and it not be agape. If it's not agape, it has conditions. So there's a connection between agape and unconditional love. Agape is like, hey, this isn't feelings. I can't say, so let's frame it this way. The Bible says to love your enemies. It doesn't say eros your enemies. It doesn't say feel about your enemies the way you feel about someone you're in love with. It doesn't say feel about your enemies what you feel about your friends. It's saying, hey, you got a commitment to always do what's in the best interest of everybody, regardless of what they do to you and how you feel about them. So there are some people that they love you. It's just an inferior love. It's a love that's connected to your yes. It has conditions. And so when the yes leaves, so does their fondness of you and their love for you. That's not agape. So I need you to think about the people that you're calling friends. And I want you to think about the way they're treating you, the way that they respond to you. And I want you to ask yourself a question. If all my yeses turn to nos, would they still feel this way about me and be this committed and connected to me? Because there are times when you saying yes is not in your best interest. There are times where you saying yes is something that's detrimental and damaging to you. So the people that you call friends need to love you enough to understand that if they're getting a no, it's because a yes is not in my best interest. See, there's a difference between self-sacrifice and self-destruction. Should our love be sacrificial? Yes. Should it be self-destructive? No. It's one thing for me to inconvenience me to be there for others. It's another thing for me to destroy me to be there for others. And I want you to hear something. If your season changes and their love for you changes because you've had to make some changes because of the season that you're in, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It just means that it's not agape. And if it's not agape, it has conditions. And what you need, if you're going to live a relationally intelligent life, are friends who have love that's not tied to conditions. That is relational intelligence. And that will take your relationships to the next level. It's a framework for friendship. Take care.